All righty. Well, thank you to our friends from Bell County. Now, for some more information on these 391 commissions, some of you have already picked up some of the booklets, but we have a few more at the turf table. If you are interested, if you know your county commissioners, for instance, have already or a city has passed a resolution opposing the Trans-Texas Corridor, that is the perfect place to start to form one of these commissions. If you already know your elected officials are with you. And even if they're not with you, that's our job, is to go home and to work on those local cities and counties and make sure that that we can put up as many of these commissions as we can as roadblocks in the path of the corridor. Pretty soon they won't be able to get to build this corridor because they won't be able to get around all of these commissions. That is the goal. We want you to go home and grab some more of those booklets on how to stop the TTC using 391 commissions. We had a workshop in Lufkin. We plan to duplicate it, hopefully more toward the Victoria area in the southern end of the Trans-Texas Corridor 69 project. So we're very excited about that. We're close to forming, I think, at least 2 more very soon, and maybe even a 3rd one down my way, so that's good. Well, is Sal Costello of Texas Toll Party out in the crowd? I have not seen him. Sal, anyone? All right. And let's see. And also, Representative Nathan Macias. If either of you are here or making your way up, please do. I'd like to say a few words, if y'all would be patient with me before we wrap it up this afternoon. Y'all have been so patient. The weather's beautiful. If we didn't have a breeze, I think y'all would have been melted by now. But I think the words of a patriot of the past, Thomas Paine, that were uttered on December 23rd, 1776, reflect where we find ourselves again today in America. He said, I quote, "These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in a crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon its goods, and it would be strange indeed if so celestial an article as freedom should not be highly rated. Britain, with an army to enforce her tyranny, has declared that she has a right not only to tax, but to bind us in all cases whatsoever. And if being bound in that manner is not slavery, then there is no such thing as slavery upon earth. Even the expression is impious, for so limited a power can belong only to God," said Thomas Paine. Is that not so true today, fellow Texans, indeed fellow Americans? The Trans-Texas Corridor and the widespread proliferation of toll roads about to befall not only Texas, but our country, is nothing more than an all-out assault on our freedom. Our freedom to travel, our freedom to own private property, the freedom from oppressive taxation and overbearing government. Aren't we tired of it? I know I am. Our government has become the puppet of private industry, and they figured out how to team up to make with private interests. Private industries and our government have teamed up to make billions off the public's roadways. These highways belong to Texans. They're not the government's or the road lobbies to hawk up on Wall Street to the highest bidder. They have no right to steal our land in the name of public use when it's really about private gain and big government profiteering. And it's going to relegate those of us who can't afford these tolls to second-class citizens. The mentality inside this building behind us is that no matter what they decide to charge us in new toll taxes, they think motorists are going to pay it. They know we have to get to work. We won't have real alternatives. This is oppressive taxation on top of skyrocketing fuel costs. There's only so much money in the family budget that can go to transportation before it takes away from our necessities. And that's what we see happening right now. So isn't this what we've been conditioned to accept in government? We're endlessly being asked to tighten our belts while both our state and federal government continue to squander our gas tax money on frivolous earmarks that don't even pertain to roads, like here in Texas, like for tourism promotions, cemeteries, and enhancing employee benefits in the Attorney General's office. Now, what does that have to do with building roads? This is supposed to be a dedicated fund, only supposed to be used for building roads and for transportation. And how about TxDOT spending $9 million of our taxpayer money to wage an ad campaign to advocate toll roads in the Trans-Texas Corridor? I think most of you know by now that Turf has filed a lawsuit. Well, first we filed a complaint with Travis County District Attorney right here in Travis County. We immediately filed a complaint about this, but guess what? Ronnie Earl's office did nothing. So we filed a civil lawsuit to stop TxDOT from spending any more of our hard-earned money on taxpayer-funded lobbying. And since that time, both the U.S. House and the State House and Senate have ordered investigations of TxDOT's misuse of our funds.